This is the live video memo for class test 3C. And our first question instructs us to simplify the following 1.1.1. I have it written out here. We have a product inside the bracket raised to a power. So every factor of this product must be raised to the power outside. And that basically looks as follows. I will then have m to the power 2 times 5 because I should multiply the exponents. And then for n I've got 3 times 5, and for p I've got 4 times 5. So every single exponent inside is being raised to the exponent outside with multiplication. And simplifying this, we have m to the power 10, n to the power 15, and p to the power 20. 1.1.2, we have a fraction, and this fraction has a numerator, of course, and a denominator. And this is then simply the division of algebraic expressions, and that means we can use SNE, S-N-E. Okay, and S-N-E simply stands for signs, numbers, and exponents. I never have enough space to write this. Okay, that is exponents. So signs, numbers, and exponents. So that is just in the order in which we should do this calculation, and the calculation is division. So we are first going to look at signs, then we're going to look at the numbers, and then the exponents. That's S and E. So if I look at my signs, then I've got a negative divided by a positive. So my overall sign will be a negative. Right, so that's the signs taken care of. So numbers, I've got 15 divided by 3. Sorry, 15 divided by 5, that will give me 3. And that is numbers taken care of. Then for exponents, we are looking at the powers. So if I have the same power, in other words, base and exponent is exactly the same, it will divide into 1. In other words, we cancel it. Right, so it cancels out, does not mean it becomes 0, it just divides into 1. So we don't write the 1, and that is why you don't see it anymore. So you don't see it anymore. The reason you don't see it anymore is not because it became 0, it's because it's 1. And then of course for the y's, we've got the power y, so we keep the base and we subtract the exponents. 10, we have 10 minus 5, and that will then give us 5 in our answer. So that's negative 3y to the power of 5. 1.1.2, we have here the multiplication of algebraic expressions. So basically this is an algebraic expression. It's one term, but it's being multiplied with this term, being multiplied with that term. So in algebraic terms, this is one term. But that just also means that we are just multiplying all the way through, which means this is the multiplication of algebraic expressions, which means I can go back and use this again. Okay, the order of operations, S and E, signs, numbers, and exponents, refers, or it applies to multiplication and division of algebraic expressions. So looking at my signs then first, I have a negative times a negative gives me a positive, and that times this negative gives me an overall negative. So my answer will then be negative. Then if I look at my numbers, I've got 2 times 3, which is 6, and 6 times 4 gives me 24. So that's 24. Then for powers, I've got x's here, and I've got y's. So I'll put my x, or write my x down, and I say, okay, I've got 1x there, plus the 2 gives me 3, plus that 1 gives me 4, so that x to the power 4. Then for my y's, I write my y. How many y's do I have here? I've got y to the power 1, that's another 1, that's 2, plus this 3 gives me a total of 5. And that's my answer.